man who I call a friend, you met him a few times, you admire him, Ram Guha, had this to say about nationalism and patriotism. While a patriot strives to make his or her country a better place, a less violent place, a less poverty-ridden place, and a less exploitative place, a nationalist wants to bomb everybody else. He doesn't care how bad his own country is. Right. And this is exactly what is about Hindutva. In fact, I've done a couple of episodes of The Seen and the Unseen with Akar Patel. And in the first of them, he said that, look, here's the thing. If you look at other ideologies, you can tell what they are for. But Hindutva, tell me what it is for. I know what it is against. It is against Muslims and blah, blah, blah. What is it actually for? Right? And it's a very interesting hypothetical question, and dear readers, you might want to address it if you want to. I won't get into that argument here. And this is not a broadside against Hinduism. We have an early episode on that. We respect the cultures and the traditions, and but nationalism, of which Hindutva is a manifestation, quite apart from the religion itself, is deeply toxic and deeply dangerous. I should also at this point out that there are people who have tried to give a different spin to the word and use it in a good way. Our dear friend Nitin Pai, both of us admire him a lot, talks about something called liberal nationalism. And this really disturbed me because I don't see how those two are really possible. So I had a full episode with Nitin, which you can check out, of The Seen and the Unseen, where we discussed this. And we argued a lot in that, but a good friend and a wonderful man and a great thinker. So maybe he's right and I'm wrong, but that is for you guys to judge and decide. And also a scholar called Yael Tamir wrote a book a few years ago called Why Nationalism? And Tamir makes an argument for it. And I wrote a review of that book, which I will link from the show notes. But I ended that review with something not about the book, but about nationalism in India. And I'll read that out for you, quoting myself for once, because hey, why not? Those who try to divide us, therefore, are the true anti-nationals. We must reclaim nationalism from them. And, maybe this can be Verma's sixth law, that if someone uses the term anti-nationals for others, they are the true anti-nationals, right? And so nationalism, deeply toxic, deeply dangerous. What are your thoughts, Ajesha?
I've always thought that there was something beautiful going on in the way Tagore and Gandhiji and Nehru squared this circle, that we are Indian, we are part of the world, there are some great achievements elsewhere in the world, we'll bring it all together. We're not going to be toxic in asserting that no, whatever is the old Indian tradition is somehow right, which is again a conservative instinct. Instead, I think they brought the idea of being open to ideas. So Gandhiji was deeply influenced by Tolstoy. Gandhiji took the Bible very seriously. He was interested in the Bible. He read the New Testament with great interest. And I thought that was a nice way to, can we all just get along? Can we make progress? Can we find a happy synthesis? I've always thought that nationalism in India stems from deep insecurity. That generally when I meet people who are very nationalistic, they are nervous deep inside about the weaknesses that are present inside India and the greatness of the advanced economies. So I've never been able to shake off this insecurity aspect from Indian nationalism. If you are actually strong, if you're actually capable, then you will relax. Then you will engage with others as equals. There'll be a happy and healthy give and take. When you start shunning foreigners, when you hate all foreigners, when you are hostile to others, when you start saying India is somehow exclusive and cut off and an enemy of everybody else and everybody else is here to harm us, I think that's not because that's your analytical reading of the world. I think it's because you're deeply insecure. So I've always felt that Indian nationalism is born of insecurity.